Hey there, my name is Megan and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the classics that I want to read in the year 2020. So last year I managed to read 10 classics, but I also set my Goodreads goal to 100 and this year I set it to 52. So I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to read as many classics this year as I did last year. So I decided to set a goal of 6 classics to try and read one every other month, and I wanted to share with you guys those specific books. The first classic I want to get to in 2020 is Catch-22 by Joseph Heller, which was published, I think, in 1951. But this follows a bombardier in World War II who is increasingly told he has to fly harder and harder, more dangerous missions. And he just doesn't want to have anything to do with it. He wants to go home and leave the war. So he decides to come up with this elaborate plan to get himself discharged from the military. This is a book that has been on my shelves for at least 5 or 6 years, and I still have not read it. And I know that Catch-22 is an idiom in the English language, so I definitely want to see what it's all about and get to this book in 2020. Additionally, if I like the book, I'd like to try the TV miniseries that was put out like a couple months ago. The next book I want to get to is The Adventures of Robin Hood. This edition is by Henry Gilbert, which was published in 1912, but the original version was written by Pyle in the 1800s. I have that edition on my Kindle, so I'm not really sure if I'm going to read this one or the original one from the 1800s. I have 3 Robin Hood retellings on my shelves that I want to get to, so I want to read the source material before I delve into the retelling. I can compare and contrast how the authors that wrote the retellings got inspired from the original story. The next classic I want to get to in 2020 is Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. This, I think, will be one of my favorite classics just because I am familiar with the story and I know it has a lot of fantastical elements. We have pirates, we have a fantasy land, we have mermaids, we have fairies. So it definitely sounds like something that I would really enjoy and just find really whimsical and be able to escape into. So this is a book that hopefully I can get to very soon. The next classic I want to get to in 2020 is 2001: A Space Odyssey by Arthur C. Clarke. Who would I be if I didn't read one of the most quintessential science fiction authors out there? I have seen the movie adaptation of this and I actually really liked it. The only thing I remember from the movie is that these monoliths started appearing around the world and on the moon, and humankind was trying to figure out where these monoliths came from and what they meant, if it was an alien species trying to contact them or someone had time traveled and placed these monoliths places. I really want to read Arthur C. Clarke because he's written so many books, and if he's an author that I really connect with and really like, I definitely want to read more of his work. The next classic I want to read is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgkin Burnett. This beautiful edition I actually got when I went to visit New Zealand last year, and this is one of the souvenirs I brought back, and it is so pretty and I love it. I have also seen the movie adaptation of The Secret Garden, and it is one of my favorite movies of all time. I absolutely love the themes of how nature can bring rejuvenation and revitalization to people that are both physically and emotionally sick. I definitely connect with that. I love nature. I think it has amazing healing properties. So I definitely want to read this book and see if those themes are perpetuated and how Frances Hodgkin Burnett really brings them to life through the characters' experiences. I think it will be an absolutely beautiful story and I cannot wait to read it. Lastly, I want to continue my read of the Sherlock Holmes series by Arthur Conan Doyle. I've read the first 2 books in this series. First off, this is the Barnes & Noble Classic leather-bound edition, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's got gold leaf edges. If we open up the inside, it has the nice, cute plaid. It's got a bookmark, so this is one of the leather-bound editions that I have, and I really like it. I do read my books out of it. Like I said, I read the first 2 books in this series, and the third one is The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I really love this series because I find it fascinating reading from Sherlock's point of view and how he solves crimes. Nowadays, it would be like, CSI, DNA test, but when this was written, it was all about using deductive reasoning to figure out why things happened. I will tell you that the first 2 books I had not figured out who done it at all. So every single book I read is a surprise with who the murderer ends up being, and I cannot wait to continue my journey with this series. Okay, so those are the 6 classics that I want to try and read in 2020. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of those classics and what you thought of them, or let me know what you plan on reading classics-wise in 2020. If you have not already subscribed, go ahead and click that little subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you get notified every time I post videos, and I will see you soon in another one. Goodbye!